Star Wars fans, as we all know, the Obi-Wan Kenobi show is right around the corner, May 27th, and Ewan McGregor is reprising his role as Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Hayden Christensen is reprising his role as Anakin Skywalker / Darth Vader. Now, in an interview with Hayden Christensen, they asked him if he would ever play Darth Vader after the Obi-Wan Kenobi show. Now, his answer was insane, so let's get right into all of it right now. What's up, guys? Mike, a guy who loves Star Wars here. So today we're talking about the Obi-Wan Kenobi show, more specifically Hayden Christensen, more specifically Anakin Skywalker / Darth Vader / the Chosen One himself showing up in something after the Obi-Wan Kenobi show. So with the Obi-Wan Kenobi show right around the corner, we're going to be getting a lot more interviews with Hayden Christensen and Ewan McGregor. They're probably going to show up at Star Wars Celebration, and we're going to get all these crazy interviews with them, talking about the show and all these leaks and rumors and all this crazy stuff. But the first question that was immediately asked was, are you going to play Darth Vader ever again after the Obi-Wan Kenobi show? And here's what Hayden Christensen said. Mr. Christensen, the Chosen One himself, did in fact say, quote, "The extent of this journey, I think, remains to be seen." Meaning Darth Vader's journey, the extent of it still remains to be seen. We've seen the beginning, we've seen the end, we've seen some of the stuff between, but he's saying that there's more to this story. Now, what does he mean? I mean, like, what does he mean? There was rumors that he was going to show up in the Ahsoka show as a Force ghost. Is that what he means? That's not really Darth Vader. That's him more as Anakin, redeeming himself, talking to Ahsoka, his old Padawan. That's not Darth Vader. I think he's actually talking Darth Vader specifically before he dies in Return of the Jedi, but probably in between the Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope, Episode 3 and Episode 4. That's probably what he's talking about, Vader in that time period. But what is coming out in that time period? Well, let me tell you, the show is called Andor. And I'm sure you heard about it, and I'm sure you're not that hyped about it, so I need you to get really hyped about it, because now we're talking Darth Vader could show up in Andor. Andor, one of the best characters out of the movie Rogue One. If you haven't seen Rogue One, go watch it immediately. But he's one of the best characters out of that movie. Spoiler alert for Rogue One, if you haven't seen it, I'd pause the video, but everybody dies, including Andor himself, so this is a prequel to that movie. But the Andor character is one of everybody's fan favorites, so he's getting his own show, and it's going to be multiple seasons like The Mandalorian. It's already confirmed for a second season, probably a third, and maybe even a fourth and fifth, and hopefully 10 more. But now we're talking Darth Vader could show up. There were already rumors that the Imperial Guard could show up, like even Palpatine could show up, like all these crazy cameos could appear in the Andor show, like Ahsoka as Fulcrum. We could get anybody we really want that's alive at the time in Andor, because that whole time period is just a giant gap that nobody knows what's going on. So we could even get Kenobi. We could even get anybody we want in the Andor show. Now Hayden Christensen's out here in one of the first interviews talking about Darth Vader's story. It ain't over yet. He's going to return as Darth Vader sometime soon. And not as a Force ghost in Ahsoka. Maybe he's talking about that. But he's talking more Darth Vader. He's talking about him showing up in the suit in Andor. Him showing up in the suit in something. Something else. Something awesome. Something so cool that we are going to lose our freaking minds. Lose our minds. So now we're sitting here as Star Wars fans thinking, we're not getting any movies, blah, 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 blah. Now we're getting TV shows. And those TV shows are unbelievable. Look at The Mandalorian. Woof, Mandalorian Season 2, even better. And now we're about to get the Kenobi show. The Kenobi show. A show about Obi-Wan Kenobi and Darth Vader's rematch. That's what we're getting a show on. Do you understand this? Do you get that? That is so unbelievable. Then they're like, what's going to happen next? I'll tell you what's going to happen next. The Andor show is coming out, hopefully late this summer, if not in the fall. And that show is going to be unbelievable now, because we're getting rumors that everybody's going to be in it. Palpatine, Vader now. Hayden Christensen's Vader now. Are you kidding me? And don't even get me started on the Ahsoka show, because that's probably my most hyped show. You could get Thrawn, you could get Ezra. If you're a big Rebels fan, that show is going to be unbelievable. The Ahsoka show is going to be so hyped. But if you are a prequel fan, original trilogy fan, a Rogue One fan, a fan of Star Wars, the Andor show is going to be where it is at. The Mandalorian took a character that nobody ever met, introduced a baby Yoda species in it, a character nobody's ever met, all these characters that nobody's ever met, and made everybody love them. The Andor show already has a character that everybody loves, and has more characters that everybody loves, like Darth Vader, the Emperor, Darth Maul even, Obi-Wan Kenobi even, Han Solo, why not? I mean, the Andor show could be insane, like Mandalorian on steroids. That's what I'm talking here. So Hayden Christensen saying this one-line thing about how Darth Vader's journey is not over yet is so important to the future of Star Wars and for Star Wars fans like myself and you guys, because he could be in anything. He could be in Andor. He could be in Ahsoka. He could be in literally anything now. If he shows up as a Force Ghost in Ahsoka, he could show up to Luke Skywalker as a Force Ghost at any moment, ever. It does make some questions, like why didn't he show up as a Force Ghost in the sequel trilogy to Ben Solo or to Kylo Ren or to anybody really, to Luke Skywalker on Ahch-To? Like, why didn't he show up at all? You hear his voice in Rise of Skywalker, but why didn't he show up as a Force Ghost? Who knows what was going on? Why didn't he tell Luke that Palpatine was on Exegol? He kind of knew that from the comics, at least. It draws a lot of questions as to why he didn't show up during the sequel trilogy. But if he shows up in Ahsoka and then they clarify why he didn't show up in the sequel trilogy, then this might be amazing. They could pull this off so well that we could get Darth Vader content for the next few years. Darth Vader, we're talking Darth Vader, ladies and gentlemen. Anakin Skywalker, Hayden Christensen himself, the man who disappeared after Revenge of the Sith. He's back, and he's ready to work. He's ready to play Anakin Skywalker and Darth Vader for the rest of his career. I saw someone's comment on Instagram the other day about how Hayden Christensen would make a great character in the MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. No, he is Darth Vader, and he will remain Darth Vader till Darth Vader's done, which is going to be never, because Darth Vader's story is going to go on forever. He is the chosen one. The story of Star Wars is about him. It is. At least originally George Lucas said it was. Now we're branching off into the High Republic. We branched off into the sequels. It's not all about Anakin anymore, but the original Star Wars two trilogies are about Darth Vader's tragedy. It's the tragedy of Darth Vader. George Lucas said it himself many, many times. So Hayden Christensen is going to stick to Star Wars, and he's going to stick to Darth Vader. He's not going to be an MCU character. He didn't do any of those roles before. He went off and enjoyed his life, and now he's going to come back to give us some more Anakin Skywalker, Darth Vader. Get hyped. He could be in Andor. He could be in Ahsoka, which will be all within the next calendar year. By this time next year, you'll be watching Ahsoka. Think about that. Just a month, you're going to be watching the Kenobi show, and then you're going to be watching the Andor show, then you're going to be watching Mandalorian Season 3, and then by this time next year, you'll be watching the Ahsoka show with a Force Ghost, Hayden Christensen, as Anakin Skywalker. So a lot of people brush this interview off as just, whatever. He says that Vader's journey's not over yet. Of course it's not. He doesn't die until Revenge of the Sith. No, this is Hayden Christensen saying he's here to stay, and he's here to be Anakin Skywalker and Darth Vader for a long, long time. So let's get hyped about it. Tell me what you think in the comments below. Do you think this is just something I should brush off? He doesn't really mean anything about this. He's just saying that Vader doesn't die until Return of the Jedi. Or is he like, boom, I'm here. I'm going to be in Andor. I'm going to be in Ahsoka. I'm going to be in everything as Darth Vader / Anakin for the rest of time because I am awesome and I am Hayden freaking Christensen. Tell me in the comments below. Smash like if you like this video. Hit subscribe and hit that bell so you get notified every time I post a video. And my pretty face will show up in the recommended feed of yours. Hayden Christensen is here to stay. He's Darth Vader forever. He is the chosen one. He is Anakin Skywalker himself. So get hyped. And may the Force be with you always.